respect, unconditional love. Married upon self, married upon self. We always, you know what I'm saying, lately I've been doing a lot of different things, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been kind of straying away from giving you guys some direct knowledge, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, because, I kind of get used up in energy helping other people sometimes, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep my wars at bay, and then also dealing with structural situations, you know what I'm saying, with other people. But that doesn't go to say that I'm still not in tune with the things that are going on, you know what I'm saying, and I have tons of knowledge for that. I just haven't had the main focus to get right in that, and then to be perfectly honest with you, for the most part, while doing these travels and learning, I'm a student as well as a teacher. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, it's like some force is pulling me away from, you know what I'm saying, doing certain things like YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I was pulled away from Facebook and Instagram as well. I haven't been on social medias in a long time, and I keep feeling this force pulling me away. But I will do this today. I'm not going anywhere, so don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, like, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get as much in as the time allows me to before it's just done with, right? So I will say, this conscious thing, right? This conscious thing we're dealing with, this awakening, these levels, these understandings, vibrations, everything. It's collectively leading to the individual people knowing that every single level of vibrations within this mega vibration which we live is simultaneous and it's all connected. So to make decisions immorally, it is should be the same decision that you would feel like the same decision should be the same decision. Like if you eat meat, you shouldn't eat meat because you won't eat a person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that serious. Like you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that you wouldn't do within your aspect, you know what I'm saying, of destruction, you shouldn't do to no aspect of life, period. You know what I'm saying? And then what's going to happen is the reason why these awarenesses are coming and people are getting adjusted to these newfound awarenesses, but they're only reacting to the awareness is only responding to your surroundings is because you know what I'm saying you haven't gone as deep. Soon the deeper level is gonna expand onto the whole creation that's here, and you're gonna feel everything that everybody went through. You got to understand we are all each other. We live vicariously through each other's life, whether that's via internet, via TV, radio, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all do. And the circumstances of control is out of those immediate pretenses. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, and I spoke on this a while ago, I just didn't go in depth. You know what I'm saying? We are all connected in the conscious state. It's all one light. But at the same time, there are parts to this light, you know what I'm saying? And simultaneously, these energies come down and condensate into the beings which you see, but lack thereof information. Not saying it doesn't exist, it's just not being accessed. Like you would feel like to understand shit and understand shit, it means to be past the process, you know what I'm saying? So therefore there's no what you want to say, like condition. So you see past that. So it's a love with understanding. And understanding is to see inside, to be in depth with that. To understand is to be under somebody's perception. You know what I'm saying? So if you can have all three of these levels, then you are actually walking in. Don't say it, you have to be it. You know what I mean? So most of the words we talk in term don't have no action in them. They just feel good saying. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like systematic things, government, war, poverty, these are systematic ideas that resonate in everybody's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to overstand. Like, I could not, me personally, I could not have a comb if a comb never was invented or had a need. Like, even if it was invented, right, and it didn't have a need, nobody would ever use it. Nobody would talk about it because it didn't have a need, so it would be invisible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be a creation that's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many creations that came across this earth that no people on this planet ever heard of or ever will hear of? You know what I'm saying? How many things that are embedded in this earth you will never hear of? Because it's not potential to the energy that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So that inner over and understanding is the same process when it comes to dealing with people and their confusion. So I'm saying these people out here, they doing things to people directly, indirectly, and not knowing that they're doing it to themselves. It's a balance. So how can you tip a scale and raise your balance not knowing that eventually that scale is going to come back? We call it karma, but not for nothing. It's not karma. It's just, it's the time frame that look, in quantum thinking, when you manifest things, the time frame it takes for you to get it is the belief of what you believe it's going to take. So when people do heinous things and in the world is in plot and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put your energy in that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to like fall back and kind of focus on keeping your energy stable, because the propaganda is to make you come out of a stable point of reality or actuality, meaning naturality. So if they can move you with circumstances through the world to break your stability, then you are controlled by the mind at that point. And if the world owns your mind, then they own you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that serious. You know what I mean? So propaganda, they spend billions of fake money every day because you believe money is real. It's what you value. So if a person tell you they spending $1 million, if you ever ask yourself, what the fuck is $1 million? $1 million can get you a lot. I'm not saying that it doesn't do anything, because this is what the world has agreed to be valued. But that's not what the universe gave you value as. You see what I'm saying? So that's why what you consider money is not really money. That's why when the mind is controlled, you are locked in what you want to call a paradigm of something you cannot come out of. And you believe that to be true because at some point a false happiness was created for you in this vibration. That doesn't mean that it's real. You see what I'm saying? It's just something that you made value. Period. So life itself is something that you made value. Period. So in order for life to exist, you keep these certain values that resonate within frequencies of your mind that's going to keep them physical for you to see them. And it's not just you, it's collective, the whole consciousness. So one thought you have is another thought a billion other motherfuckers have to make it simultaneously to be real. That's called quantum manifestation. That's why it exists. Like, that's like every story, every TV show, every ideal, everything comes from each other. Like it's vicariously off the existence of something else. That's just how it is. That's why I challenge anybody who vibe my videos. I challenge one of you to come here and bring me an original thought. I challenge you. I challenge you to bring me an original thought that's never been thought of. Period. You can do that, we can really build. Because I could take you somewhere you ain't never heard. And it's not because of me, it's because of my questions. People ask the wrong questions. You always ask the wrong questions. You always asking the wrong people the wrong questions. You know what I'm saying? So if you dealing in the aspect of control, you gotta over under understand that, especially if it has the title control tap to it, then it has to have a branch of information that's broken off to break my stability, which would be emotional context. You see what I'm saying? Like fear, you know what I'm saying, need, a whole bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that you think is prioritized to you having a life. See, people got this shit twisted. The control is deep. And that's why people be like, oh, don't stop caring. Because if you do, then things stop working. Yeah, things stop working, they stop existing. They stop existing. So it's not about the fact of me just not caring. It's about what I'm not caring about. It's not about the people you deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the people. Yeah, it's not about the people you deal with. It's how you deal with the people. It's not about what you do. It's how you do it. And it wasn't about what you said. It's about how you said it. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna always be like that. And it's a tree of root systems that break off to the highest level of how you do these things. You gotta find your path and roll through that to shine. The purpose is to shine, bro. Purpose is to shine. How are you shining today? Ask yourself that. How are you shining today? You know what I'm saying? And keep that question I had in the original thought thing. Keep that question. One person have original thought. One original thought. It's going to drive you crazy because as soon as you start trying to think of something original, you're going to think of something that it's connected to. And automatically know that you do not own original thoughts. That should hurt your feelings. That should make you feel real bad. Because you want to be independent. You want to be this man, woman, whatever terminology that titles an individual for a standpoint in your society or system to be something because you feel less thereof. When in fact, the reason why you feel that is the collective reason of what people don't want or what they feel, and you just happen to be catching that embodiment. And you could come out of that. It's not like you got to own it. It's just that at that moment, that's you just think. You see what I'm saying? Just like anybody else. And that shit can happen to anybody on any circumstance. Females go through it too when they're dealing with dudes, especially when they head over heels in love with them. You see what I'm saying? They get that embodiment. You know what I'm saying? And anything breaking that new indoctrination of what they believe about them and that person, man, look, you're going to drive that chick crazy, especially if she feel that, oh, she doing everything for you and y'all tight. She's going to go crazy if she thinks something is about to, you know what I'm saying, put a dent in that. Same fucking thing. And the aspect, that's why they make movies the way they do. When you see a movie and you see some guys and they go somewhere and they try to falsify who they is to be somebody bigger, and then they start a war, and then people believe that they somebody that they not, and then they end up getting they get their cards pulled later. You know what I'm saying? You find out that they not kings or gods or whatever like that, and then they end up one of the dudes try to take the girl and stay, and the other dude try to get away with the money and shit, and then the shit all backfire on them. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, or fucking Jason Voorhees movie when the bitch running and she fall over a motherfucking twig. You know what I'm saying? Just simple shit like that. They idolize these actions to keep them in your mind, so therefore your subconscious creates this world of reality. You heard what I said, right? Because they know we are connected. They know that's what makes the wheel turn. That is the engine. The fact that we agree to have things existing. Like when we have a conversation, right? When we was kids, and peep game, when we was kids, we didn't have cable, right? A lot of things didn't exist. The way people talked on TV and shit like that didn't exist. It wasn't even an idealism. It wasn't even a plan to say, well, all right, this is where we're going to go with it. But as kids, me and my brother would sit down and be like, watching Amazing Spider-Man and shit, and be like, yo, one day they're going to make a real movie out of that shit. I remember the first real Amazing Spider-Man. People don't even know. They had a real Amazing Spider-Man way back. I think it came out, I don't know if it came out in the 80s or if it came out like in the early 90s or whatever, but it was like the way it looked cheesy as hell, and he had on the regular suit. You know what I'm saying? He had many powers, but they had like a little series. You know what I'm saying? That shit lasted a hot little minute, and then it was gone. But me and my brother manifested that into the air because ain't nobody was talking about that. And then we started talking about how one day they're going to have X-Men movies. Man, 10, 12 years went by. Me and my brother 4 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? He used to always had the comic books, you know what I'm saying? And I used to take his shit, you know what I'm saying? Read shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we used to always talk about, you know what I'm saying, how X, Y, Z. So then, you know, mind you, at this time, we probably in our 1 and 2 digits, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm 6, he probably like 10, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, think about it, 10, 15 years go by, you know what I'm saying? They start making real shit. Me and him have a conversation vaguely and just laugh about it like, yo, you see how all of a sudden they start making these real fucking cartoon joints? Remember we used to laugh about that shit when we was kids? See, it's the ideal. We believed it. We said one day they was going to do it. And we let the thought stay. As children have a heightened level of energy and electricity when it comes to belief and creativity. You see what I'm saying? So the quantum world is within us because as children, you still astral plane. You walk within the quantum as a child. So when we have these little vague thoughts or whatever, we are creating society. That's why it's so detrimental to how your parents are. That's why it's so detrimental to where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers got beat to fucking death and they got a fear in them now. You know what? You just fucked up the future. Regardless if you want to believe it or not, you just fucked up the future. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what you try to say, what you try. I did everything I can to put food on the table. All right, so when your kids get older and they grow, they're going to do everything they can to put food on the table. It's just the difference now is the circumstance that you had to put food on the table is a different that the society put out. You're not going to do what you do. The energy was different. So when they out there selling their ass and they doing X, Y, Z, you can't be mad at them because the only thing you told them is the same thing they doing now. But you know better because the system taught your dumb ass. Collectively, the world has issues, man. And the world has a manipulation issue to keep you blinded from the fact that our reality is what we hold dear to ourselves. The cars change because we imagine them. The houses got bigger because we imagine them. TV got more clearer and more exciting because we imagine it. The internet became accessible because people got tired of going to the fucking library. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. That's why things changed, Joe. Things changed because everybody wanted it. And the one person who had a capstone or a title for whatever idea that resonates now for these new things that exist was the one who was collectively getting the energy from everybody who was manifesting this shit time from before. That's why it's important to know how to meditate. That's why it's important to know these sigils. That's why it's important to know your symbols. That's why it's important to know where you come from. There's somebody else using your shit. And you sitting back like, oh, well, they won't give us nothing, and they racist, and you sound crazy. Intelligence is power over every situation. Know that, because if you know what you're doing, then what they're trying to do won't matter because you will know what to do. Makes sense. And I'm so hood with it. But it's all good though, because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's us. You know what I mean? We raunchy with it. That's the whole reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why it was fly. We put swag on everything. And I use the word swag to get you people who watching to understand where I'm coming from. We put that energy, we put that you know what I'm saying, that suave in it. We did that because it came from the essence. You know what I'm saying? And there is a mirror reflection. The mirror reflection, like if you turn your head right in the mirror, the mirror reflection is going to turn left. See what I'm saying? And vice versa, like that's what reflection is. So when you have things in the world that's not working and your benefit and the world is not running how collectively it would benefit your people, then you have to know something. Come on, man. Like, look, I don't just dive head in when I hear, oh, something on the news. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get into all that because that's what they want you to do. And as soon as you start saying, wow, look what they're doing, it's building a fear inside of you. You know what I'm saying? That's why in some aspects, people was hands-on. They had to come through with weapons and then start beating people. You know what I'm saying? But then at that point, our people start forgetting how raw we was. Oh, they got this. We got to retreat. We got to run. And you know what? Our people are some of the hardest bangers. We done with something. We finished and we ready to just let it be done. And we move furniture. We tear shit the fuck up. That's just what it is. And people know that. We go to the next level. It's like Ghostbusters with the ooze. All the slime come out. Melanin everywhere. They know that. That's why they be like, yo, calm down. Please calm down. Calm down. Yeah, because that melanin that multiplied to make you, you know, melanin can be in 3 places at once. So when you start rising that kundalini and you get fed up, you know what happened? All that condensated melanin that spread through your DNA in the eons from you being created from beginning of time up until now, all comes into you. Superman. All comes into you. That's what they feel. Prospect, red pill, blue pill feel for Black Moon Messiah. Same shit. That resonation, man. And people don't understand, man. You want to tiptoe around shit, keep jacking off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look what they doing. Look, I don't look what motherfuckers doing because you can't do shit that I don't even know. Even though I don't have to know exactly what you're doing right now. I'm a part of everything in the fucking universe. What? How can you not swallow that term as something like grandeur? You're a part of everything in the motherfucking universe. And other people aren't. Period.
are everything in the universe. I'll be damned. Everything in the universe. And you still worrying about what that motherfucker doing? You still trying to figure some shit out? I ain't gonna waste my time, man. I'm just trying to let y'all know. We're supposed to be walking together, building together. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I'm gonna let you, whoever be, and other people be trying to hit me up because I see the little, my video ain't gonna take no, like my comment section ain't gonna take no links or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So most people, when you send a message, if it got links and shit in it like that, for some reason, the universe ain't even letting me see you. It don't even come up under my joint. But I see it over in my email, and the only reason I can read it unless I just pop it up. If I go to it, it won't even let me go to it because it don't exist. When you put it there, it automatically erases. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever y'all trying to do, you can't permeate here, baby. Don't even work. Got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't even come at me. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get my conscious reality to keep that bullshit going. I ain't got no time for it. It's power over here, baby. Oh, go and rest with me. You better know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say on that. You know what I mean? So for the rest, you know what I'm saying? You stay from over here. I just be peeping the little small motions, but emotions don't do nothing. You feel me? I'm just letting you know. There's no existence in the consciousness here. You can't come over here. You know what I mean? Especially if you got negative energy. It's not gonna happen. And I don't even have to put no effort in that. So with that being said, like I said to all my peoples, man, just be aware that everything is going on is because we allow it. We allow it in our conscious. You agree with it. It's almost like nodding your head to a beat. You know what I'm saying? You hear a song that's dope. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker can talk trash in a rhyme. But because the beat hot, you nodding your head. That should tell you right there that you're confused in thought because you nodded at one thing and ain't listening to the next. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, TV does it, propaganda does it, the governments do it. That's just what they do. They keep you, you know what I'm saying, left and right, left and right, left and right, to where you like, oh, I didn't know I did that. Oh, I ain't responsible for that. Yes, you was. Yes, you was. It's in your mind. Played that role, baby. Why you think, you know what? Why y'all think when they about to build a complex or build like a facility or something like that, they put like this big picture of the blueprints and the finished product on like two sticks, like, and then they put construction right here and they put it up there. So every time you walk by, and if you notice sometimes they'll start building it, but then they'll stop building it. And it'll be like about a month go by, there ain't nobody been working on that shit. Because ain't nobody been paying attention. Straight up. So that's what they do. They put the sign out there. Let a couple 100,000 people see that sign in the city. Make sure you know that building done popped up like no time. You know what I'm saying? Think about that, man. Y'all gotta think about that. Like, it's just what it is. So if our consciousness as our own people was collectively on our people, that's how we would come back. But it's not, because your people is looking at you like, I'm about to get this nigga, ain't got nothing in there. This nigga. I remember when I was reading stories about Kemet in Egypt before detriment came in. Do you know women, men, everybody was able to rise to their own potential at the highest levels. The highest levels. Wasn't no governor. It's like, yo, do you? And the passion behind the melanin, the strength behind the melanin made all of us prominent. So it wasn't what they doing over there. And for most of you who have any knowledge, you got to know that Swahili didn't have no terms of endearment when it came to like the gray area or, being confused or saying, I don't know. It was yes, motherfucker, or no, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It is or it ain't. Straight to the motherfucking point. So all this halfway doing shit and we consider that. They spread it out love. They starting to fucking dilute the potency of your love with motherfucking placebo pills. You know what I'm saying? You spreading your jelly everywhere. As soon as something pop up, oh my God, we have to, what do you think about that? We ain't no journalists. We got to get back to what we losing right now, because collectively, that's what it is. And ain't nobody gonna come save you or a crowd of you if something pop off. Ain't nobody like, yo, we protecting them because it's ours. Who doing that? But your mind is running rampant. You showing or you agreeing to everything that's everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see billboards. They work on that left hemisphere and that right hemisphere constantly. This is why you should stay on the TV. This is why you shouldn't listen to everything. Because the war is against you. Who is conscious? Now, wherever that falls, that just depends on who the person is. You see how I talk, and I'm not talking about terminology or systematic ways or stereotypical people. See how I do that? Because it's direct. And see, that's what they want. They want to know who he's targeting, what he's saying. Man, look, bitch. People like you got smacking them out. Stomped down the motherfucking stairs. Thrown out on their ass. And fucking took all the clothes off in the middle of the motherfucking street. And then you know what that person did? Ran and got somebody with a big ass lie. Manipulation. The story's going for eons, man. It's been like that for eons. And it's always been motherfucker to straighten that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Big mama gone. OG grandpa gone. Motherfuckers getting scared and shit. Nobody don't want to stand up no more. Everybody just want to let shit be. Oh, just let them be. They get that homo shit away from me. Because I'm going to tell you, my grandfather was blood raw with me. Blood raw. Ain't give a damn how you felt neither. Hit like lightning. So when I don't even play with it, it's real when it come over here. I don't even play with it. I hurt feelings. Don't ask me no dumbass questions. Told my son the same shit. I ain't got nothing for you. You need to wonder when you stop listening to the truth. You need to wonder when you gave up your common sense and your consciousness from being strong. Don't ask questions that's not going to be benefit to your life, because now you put energy into that. You know what I'm saying? When we put energy into things that don't exist, it's like your truth is not somebody else's truth. That's somebody else's lie. You know what I mean? Because they're never going to hold that to an accurate, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't see exactly what went on. You knew because you was there. But if a person come with propaganda and you believe that, a lie is what lies beside him. So he got control over all that. If that, it could be a woman or a piece of paper or scrolls. Even when these motherfuckers used to lay on the motherfucking floor, whatever lay beside them was their information. That was their story, their lies. That's what lies. That's a lie. You don't even know that. Bet none of y'all knew that. That's a lie. What lies beside you? Because it's nobody else's truth. Nobody don't know that but you. So you could twist that how you want. And if it's a human person, they can help you benefit on that and twist it how they want. But you and that person have an agenda.